Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego. It's February 28th, 2026. It's the last day of February. Lots of you folks out there are anticipating the arrival of your NOA 2 letters. You're getting your green cards approved, your 2-year green cards. You're getting your 10-year green card applications ready. You're filling out I-129Fs. You're filling out your 485s, your 751s. You are doing everything by the book legally to bring your beneficiary to the United States or to get your new husband or wife his or her green card. You're doing everything correctly, and that's why you hang out with Diego and Karina when she's not busy on this YouTube channel, the K1 Visa Green Card channel. I give you all this free information with my 13 years experience processing K1 visas and green cards. I have 13 years experience doing this. I can do it in my sleep, which means that you don't need to get an immigration attorney to be doing this for you if you want me to help you. That's why I put this channel together while I was in Colombia with Karina, my beautiful wife from Venezuela. I lived in Colombia with Karina for almost 3 years. When we filed for her K1 visa, we've been dating each other for a very long time. When we got married, we'd been together 3 years. Brought her to the United States from Bogota, Colombia via Miami. She went to the scary visa interview in Bogota, Colombia. And then she applied for her 2-year green card. She got it within 3 months. And in a couple of months, we're going to be applying for her 10-year green card. I am here to give you the answers to your questions regarding K1 visas and green cards. Right here, you can ask me all the questions you want, and I will give you the answer. You don't need to be calling USCIS, tying up their phone lines. You don't need to be spending hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars with immigration attorneys. I know how to do this by the book in my sleep. I've got the red pixie dust here for the folks that want the red pixie dust, and I've got the lucky blue pixie dust for the folks that want the blue pixie dust, and I've got the Mountain Dew salutes ready to go right here. I just need your questions. If you have a question on how to process a green card, now I'm not giving you legal advice, don't forget. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice. I don't work for USCIS, although maybe I should get a job with USCIS. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I'd be just approving everybody. Approved, approved, approved. I want to see family reunification. I want to see you enter the United States legally, get your green card, start your life in this great republic, the constitutional republic of the United States of America. You can do it, but you got to qualify for the benefit. The K1 visa is a benefit, but once you get your green card, you are now entitled to constitutional rights and protections. Okay? Don't forget that. The K1 visa is a benefit. It's not a guarantee you're going to get it. You could get, blocked and locked out at the embassy interview. Your American citizen sponsor may not qualify for the benefit, et cetera, et cetera. But once you get to the United States, once you get married and you have your 2-year green card package put together, and then you get your green card, when you have it, you are now a lawful permanent resident of the United States, which means you cannot just be deported. Okay? Immigration just can't come to your house and throw you on a plane and send you back to where you came from once you have your green card. There is what's known as due process that's put in place to protect you. Okay? If you're seeing things on the internet, in the Facebook, scare me to death groups with immigration saying all green card holders have to check in with immigration by March 15th of 2026. That's not true. That's totally bogus. It's baloney. So if you're in Facebook and all of a sudden you see this big, announcement that you have to check in with immigration by March 15th, you don't have to. If immigration want to talk to you, they'll send you a letter. If immigration need more information from you, an RFE, request for further evidence, they will send you a letter. If immigration have anything to say about your immigration case, they will send you a letter and explain to you what they need. Okay? So don't be watching these YouTube channels where these people are out there saying you have to check in with immigration by March 15th or you will be deported, because that is not true. Now, I keep saying on this YouTube channel, don't travel on your 2-year green card. Don't travel anywhere except within the United States. Now, I'm not saying you cannot travel on a 2-year green card. I'm saying I don't advise that you do, because your objective with the green card is to become a U.S. citizen. Your objective is to become an American. And when you go to your U.S. citizenship interview after 3 short years in the United States, you can apply for U.S. citizenship. One of the first questions the immigration officer is going to ask you is, have you maintained continuous residency in the United States? Have you ever left the United States to go anywhere other than the United States? And if you say, well, I went to the Philippines for 3 months because I missed my grandma, or I went to Australia for 3 months because I missed my friends and the party on the beach, then you're going to have a hard time getting your U.S. citizenship approved, because immigration is not going to think that you are totally attached to this country. When you get your green card, you become a permanent resident of the United States. Immigration and this country and the government want to see you actually living here permanently. So the first 3 years, you really don't want to go anywhere. If you want to go on vacation, visit someplace within the United States. Why you got to go back to your country where you started from? Why is that? I mean, really, unless there's a critical emergency with a family member, like, mom is sick in the hospital, but just missing somebody, or you miss your friends, or you miss that restaurant in Cebu, it's not a reason for you to want to go back to where you started. You want to come to America and focus on becoming a U.S. citizen. Once you become a U.S. citizen, you can go travel to the Philippines and stay as long as you want without risking losing your status as a green card holder. The green card can be taken from you through due process by an immigration judge if immigration feel that you've abandoned your status. Okay? So when you get to the United States, you get your 2-year green card, focus on your 10-year green card, concentrate on becoming a U.S. citizen. James McLean is in the house. Now, James is a member of this channel. He's a member. That means, James, you have my phone number and email address. Hello, Diego, says James. How is your family doing? How is everybody doing? We hope you are doing well, okay? Try not to stress the process. Try not to be in a big hurry. When you have your K-1 visa package together, you've compiled a K-1 visa application, make sure you qualify for the benefit before you send it off. Mail it in using FedEx, UPS, or DHL. James McLean, we have our biometrics appointment on Wednesday for my wife. There you go. She is from Nigeria. I hope everything will be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's good. Your wife is in the United States. Now, Nigeria is on the list of countries which the State Department has blocked the adjudication of green cards, or, like for moms or dads or brothers and sisters, or if your wife was in Nigeria, but she's in the United States, so the process is going to continue normally, because USCIS doesn't have a block on Nigeria, only the State Department does. And the State Department control entry into the United States. Okay? Your wife's already in the United States. She's already here. So she's good to go. And what we're going to do is we're going to Mountain Dew salute for your biometrics. Now, don't forget, when you go to the biometrics appointment, you must bring her passport, your marriage certificate, and you must bring the appointment letter. Okay? Very important. The appointment letter, her marriage certificate, your marriage certificate, and her passport, and what I say? Let me get everything. Like the marriage certificate, the passport, and the appointment letter. Bring those 3 things at a minimum. I would recommend that you go to get a hotel the night before your biometrics. So you wake up in the hotel, take a shower, go eat some breakfast, get refreshed, then go to the biometrics. That's what I recommend. Now, Karina, my beautiful wife from Venezuela, she got a letter in the mail from immigration, USCIS. They sent her a letter saying, Karina, Diego, don't forget to file for your 10-year green card, because she's getting this close to her 2-year green card expiring. So USCIS sent her a letter and sent me a letter saying, start preparing for your I-751. Don't forget, you got to file the I-751. Now, Karina's from Venezuela, and USCIS has put a pause on processing green cards for Venezuelans. That pause should end on March 2nd. But immigration still sent her a letter saying, don't forget to file for your 10-year green card. What does that mean? Well, when she files for her 10-year green card, she's going to get a biometrics appointment. She's going to go to New Orleans. We will drive to New Orleans together for her biometrics appointment. Then she will also get a letter from immigration saying your 2-year green card has been extended for 4 years. 4 years extension. By the time that 4 years is up, President Trump will no longer be president. We'll have a new Congress, and there'll be new rules in place for immigration. And I know for a fact that all those people who are in those bloc countries, okay, that the Trump administration is trying to block from family reunification, it's unconstitutional. American citizens and their families have a 100% right to due process. Okay, so if you're from one of those bloc countries, try to relax, try to hang in there. Okay, immigration attorneys are going to fix that. All right, okay. And my wife's from Venezuela, but her country wasn't blocked from green card adjudication overseas. She's on a pause for green card adjudication in the United States. But we're not worried about it because, number one, the Congress of the United States didn't approve that. Number two, immigration attorneys are going to fight that and are going to get it overturned. And number three, she's going to get a 4-year extension on her 2-year green card. And by the time that expires, all this nonsense will be gone and over with, and there'll be a new Congress in the House of Representatives that's going to overturn all this BS. Okay? I'm all in support of blocking illegal immigration and blocking illegal immigrants and removing them from the country. We don't know we don't know anything about them. We don't know their medical history. We don't know if they have any contagious diseases. We don't know if they have a criminal history. That's going to be a detriment to the United States. We got no police certificates. So if you're in this country illegally, you're going to be kicked out of here. Trump's going to come and find you and remove you. But if you're trying to come here legally, okay, that's a different story. Trump's not going to, he's trying to block some countries, but he can't do that. Cornell Rivers is a member. Hello, Cornell. What's going on? How's Cornell? How's everybody doing? How's your family? Now Karina and I put this channel together in Bogota, Colombia. That's when we started it, up in the mountains, in the Andes Mountains. We were doing live streams from Colombia. And then I continued with the live streams once we got married here in the United States. And we're going to continue doing the live streams and making the videos until we have basically got everybody adjudicated, their green cards approved, and moving towards U.S. citizenship. The goal is to become a U.S. citizen, and then you don't have to worry about immigration anymore, and then you don't have to come on this channel and ask me questions because you're already a U.S. citizen. Now, if you want me to help you fill out your green card application, if you want me to help you fill out your K-1 visa application or your 2-year green card application or your 10-year green card or you're renewing a green card, sign up as a member down here, join as a member. You get my phone number and email address. You can call me anytime you want. I'm retired, guys. Karina's working full time. She's doing her day job, okay? She's working. My wife from Venezuela, she's working. She's been promoted once already. She's doing good. I'm retired from the Navy. I'm retired from Mercedes-Benz. I'm retired from real estate. Now I do this YouTube channel for you guys. I want to see you get reunited with your families, so I keep going on with the channel. Okay? That's why there's some folks, they start a YouTube channel when they're starting the K-1 visa process, and then when they get their green card for their husband or wife, then they disappear. Then they no longer continue the channel. But that's not the case with us. Karina is getting ready for her 10-year green card, but we still do the live streams to help you guys. Okay, Karina's good to go. I don't care what executive orders have been signed. I don't care what the State Department says. A green card holder has due processing rights under the Constitution and under congressional law. So if you feel like you're being blocked or you're being denied adjudication, hang in there. Immigration attorneys are going to overturn that. It just takes time to process a federal lawsuit, which is what's going on. So if you are also from the nation of Iran, okay, if you are an Iranian, hopefully soon your country is going to be free. The Israeli Air Force and the United States military have basically decimated the Iranian terrorist regime that has been running that country since 1979. The Iranian mullahs and I'm not for sure, but I think the Ayatollah Khomeini of Iran has been eliminated by either U.S. or Israeli missiles. Okay, and plus most of his staff and military leadership have been basically killed by military strikes in the middle of the afternoon. So Iran right now has an opportunity to become a free country. Once it becomes a free country, then the U.S. Embassy hopefully will reopen in Iran, and then hopefully K-1 visas and green card processing will be able to return and resume processing in Tehran once the country has been liberated from these horrible, nasty, evil people that have been basically hurting the Iranian people since 1979, right? Do you remember Iran before 1979? It was a free country. Americans can go there on vacation. The U.S. Embassy was doing great, helping issuing green cards, and K-1 visas were getting slowly processed then. That's when the process was starting. So we've got Venezuela in the process of getting free. Iran is now in process of becoming free, hopefully. And then hopefully Cuba, communist Cuba. Perhaps the government of Cuba should pay close attention to what's going on in Venezuela and Iran, and maybe they should reconsider the oppression and the tyranny they put on the Cuban people. So hopefully soon Cuba will be free too. All we can do is watch and see. That's all we can do, right? And just pray for those people. Hopefully they are able to be strong enough to stand up and regain the freedom they once had. Cuba used to be a great place in the 50s. It used to go to Cuba for vacation. I mean, and when communists take over and when terrorists take over, look what happens. Venezuela, the economy was destroyed. Cuba, the economy has been decimated since the 50s. Total decimation. Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, his parents came to the United States from Cuba. And then Marco was born in Miami and now he's the Secretary of State of the United States. We were helping Cubans back in the 50s and the 60s. Come and stay in this country. You don't want to stop these people from coming to the United States. You want to help them get here. When Cuba's a free country, if they want to go back home, they can go back home. But don't make them, don't force them to. It doesn't make sense. Trump's trying to deport people. That's fine as long as they're in the country illegally and they have a criminal record. But you guys are following due process. You're filling out the paperwork. You're going to the visa interviews. You're taking care of business. You're paying your visa fees. You're getting your police certificates. You're getting your medical exams done. Now, remember, when you arrive in the United States on your K-1 visa and or K-2 visa, you have to repeat the medical exam. You have to recertify the vaccinations. You don't have to get the vaccinations redone unless you're missing some. If you go to your visa interview, the medical exam, let's say Bogota, Colombia, and you're missing a couple of vaccinations, you can get them in the United States. Just don't file for the green card till you have the completed vaccinations. Because if you file for a 2-year green card and you haven't completed the vaccinations, you're going to get your green card denied. No RFE, no second chance, block. So try to get all your vaccinations done in your country of origin, whether you're in Singapore, Australia, England, France, Holland, Belgium, I don't care, Colombia, whatever country you are in, Philippines, India, Pakistan, UAE, Israel, Egypt, Pakistan, I don't care whatever country you live in, get all your vaccinations up to date for your immigration medical exam. So then when you get to the United States of America, all you have to do is focus on redoing the medical exam, recertifying the vaccinations, and putting together a fantastic green card application. When you file for the 2-year green card, do not make any mistakes, Mr. American Citizen Sponsor, on the affidavit of support. 0 mistakes. 1 mistake is going to cost you. 1 mistake will cost you a green card, especially on the affidavit of support. So don't make any mistakes on the paperwork, okay? There's no tolerance for mistakes. 0. Negative. Nothing. You make a mistake, no green card. I'm serious. Especially on the affidavit of support. When you file for your K-1 visa, don't forget to include your certified copies of your divorce decree or divorce decrees. You have to go to the courthouse and get a certified courthouse approved copy of your divorce decree. You cannot go to Office Depot or the library and make a photocopy of your divorce decree that you have in your desk drawer. You have to go and get a certified copy from the courthouse. If you have a divorce under your belt, which, okay, it happens, right? Sometimes you get a divorce, you have to prove that you are legally free and able to marry your beneficiary to the satisfaction of the K-1 visa folks to start. So get a certified copy of your divorce decree for your K-1 visa. Get a certified copy from the courthouse for your 2-year green card. Get a certified copy of your divorce decree for your 10-year green card, the 751, and get a certified copy for your U.S. citizenship application. So you want to have at least 5 copies certified by the courthouse, 1 for you and 4 for immigration. Live Wells, hi Diego, hope you're doing well, always, fantastic. Have you heard anything about why USCIS is taking so long for decisions after adjustment of status interview? Not from any of the banned countries. Well, it takes, let me see, why is it taking so long so you're talking about the 2-year green card. It takes about 9 months, 6 to 9 months. How long have you been waiting? There's a 6 to 9 month wait for adjudication. Okay? The workload is what really causes that. When immigration gets really busy. So what is immigration doing right now? Why are they busy right now? They have to go back and review all of the 2-year green card applications from those 75 banned countries, right? Or blocked or in freeze mode or review or re-review. There's a lot of people in this country with 2-year green cards from countries that are going through a re-review. So that's why everything's slowing down, because immigration has to stop what they're doing. Instead of adjudicating your green card from your beneficiary who is not from a banned country, they have to go now and stop what they're doing and re-review people from countries that have been on the banned list or the re-review list. But March 2nd will be right now we're in 60 days plus. Okay, we're catching up to 60 days. No, even longer than that. March 2nd will be the full 90 days. So we're getting close to the full 90 days. So we'll just wait and see what happens on March 3rd, right? Live Wells, not that long. I'm around the 7-month period. I had my interview mid-January. So you had your interview in mid-January. What did they say to you at the interview in mid-January? Did you pass the interview, or are they going to just get back to you? They should have told you after the interview whether you passed or not. And it depends where you had your interview at, you know. But if you had your interview mid-January, they said they'll get back to you. Okay. It was in Atlanta. That's right. I remember now. So you had it in Atlanta. So they were busy. They're very busy. Atlanta is very busy. Not only does it have the busiest commercial airport in the world, or at least in the United States, Atlanta Airport is the hub for Delta Airlines. They also have the busiest immigration backlog. Okay, Atlanta and California, San Diego, Los Angeles, and Orange County. They got backlogs of work. So they're backlogged. So give them. So you January was when your interview was. January, February, March, April, May, June. So by April, May, or June, somewhere in there, you'll get your green card sent to you. I'm sure you passed. I don't think you failed. If you had failed your green card interview, they would have told you right then. So I'm not even going to worry about you. Probably by April or May, you'll have your green card's notification. I would say like the middle of April, go online to your online account and check the status of your green card. I would say like mid-April. But don't forget, you got to still file a joint tax return. If you are married to a U.S. citizen, okay, if you got married in 2026, okay, you need to be filing if you got married, in 2025, you need to be filing a joint tax return, okay? Krina filed a joint tax return with me in 2025 for 2024 income. She filed a joint tax return with me for 2026 for 2025 income. Libwells, my wife and I just filed. We have been married for almost a year. Okay. When you got married in the United States, you got married within 90 days, right? How long did you wait before you filed for the 2-year green card? You got to the United States, you got married. I understand with the tax return, but you've been almost married for a year now, and you filed a joint tax return. That's great. But when you entered the United States, when you got married in the United States, okay, how long did you wait until after you filed for your 2-year green card, after you got married? You got married within 90 days. Then how long did it take you to file for the 2-year green card? Then that will help me try to understand how long it's going to take for you to get your green card. It's going to get mailed to you, and it's going to come from Corbin, Kentucky. Corbin, Kentucky is like, they got nothing going on there except for KFC and green card and work permits. That's where they make them. So you got married and filed within 90 days. Okay. So and then you went to the green card interview in January. So by the middle of April, you want to be checking the status and see where your green card is. You're okay. If there was any issues, you would have received a letter from immigration by now. If there was a problem with your green card, you would have already been notified by immigration. They would have sent you a letter, or an NOID or something, so you're good. Now you just got to wait and hang out with Diego, and I'll keep you motivated and keep on pulling you over the finish line. Okay? Just relax. You'll be okay. The reason things are slowing down isn't your fault. It's because the Trump administration wants to go over the green card applications of people who've already been issued green cards. It's absolutely crazy, but it is what it is, and it's slowing down the process. Okay, just a little bit. But you got married and filed within 90 days. You're good. What you need to do is keep collecting the evidence for your 10-year green card. Remember, you're going to get, even though you haven't got your 2-year green card in your hand just yet, you will. You're going to get it, but you got to keep on collecting the evidence for your 10-year green card. Start studying up on the Constitution. Start preparing for U.S. citizenship. All right? One day, and then in the middle of April, check the status of your green card and see what's the status. Okay? And you'll probably be happy to see what the status is good. And that you're just waiting for it to get mailed to you. It's going to come from Corbin, Kentucky. All right? You got it? So let's put some lucky blue pixie dust right there. I like this lucky blue pixie dust. We're going to shake the lucky blue pixie dust over Libwell's green card so that it will come to your house sooner rather than later. And you're going to get it. Okay? You would have heard from immigration if there was a problem. Libwells. Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Diego. We are collecting a lot. Keep on collecting. Even though you haven't received your green card yet, you'll get it. You're going to get it. Keep collecting the evidence for the 10-year green card, because before you know it, it's going to be time for the 10-year green card. And then before you know it, it's going to be time for U.S. citizenship applications. Okay? So keep on doing what you're doing. Don't panic. You're good. Don't stress it. Go on enjoying your life in this great country, the United States of America. Try not to leave the country on vacation. If you want to go on vacation, stay within the United States. I'm taking Karina, my beautiful wife from Venezuela, on vacation in May. We're going to get on an airplane. I'm going to fly to Las Vegas. We're going to fly to Las Vegas, and then I'm going to drive to Area 51 and take her to Area 51, because I've always wanted to go to the back gate of Area 51, maybe the front gate. That's where they are back engineering spaceships from outer space. That's where Bob Lazar used to work, this guy right here. And it's always on the news. Area 51's on the news. That's where they develop high-tech aircraft. And I want to just go to the back gate. So I'm going to take Karina to the back gate of Area 51. Then we're going to go eat at the Little Alien, eat some alien burgers. Okay? And then we're going to go on from there. We'll go somewhere else on our vacation out west. But we're not going back to Colombia for vacation. We're going to Nevada to start. And then from Nevada, we're going to go other places. We'll make videos about it. And if you are a member of this channel, you will be able to see those videos. If you're not a member of this channel, that's perfectly okay. I will answer your questions right here in the live stream, no problem. But as a member, you get my phone number, my email address, and you get to see videos other people can't see. If you want to join right here. It's $9.99. I mean, hopefully that's not going to bankrupt anybody, considering an immigration attorney is going to cost you $4,000 to $5,000. I've already saved one guy from his green card getting denied. His green card was denied. He joined up as a member, paid $9.99, I think, one time, and I totally saved his green card and got him approved. He went from a denial to an approval because his wife was in such a big freaking hurry to fill out the 864. She totally messed up the paperwork. Immigration's not messing around. If you mess up the 864, they're going to deny your green card. So don't make any stupid mistakes. Okay? So he joined as a member. I fixed all his paperwork. I taught him how to fix the problem. An immigration attorney wanted to charge him $5,000 to fix the problem, and I fixed it for him for $9.99. That was a pretty good deal, I think. And he's happy, got his green card, happily married, continuing with his life. I think he's in Texas, doing good. That's why we're here. Now, I don't particularly want your money from the membership fee. The only reason I charge a membership fee is so I know who's got their phone number and the email address, because those two things are tied to the channel. And I don't want anybody, getting that information and then going in and trying to hack the YouTube channel. There's lots of nefarious people out there. And so I'm protecting the channel. So YouTube said the best way to do that would be with a membership. So here you go. Here's a membership. Or if you don't want to become a member, that's fine. Just ask me questions in the live stream. But, as a member, you can call me on the phone. Diego, I got an emergency. I got a letter from immigration. What do I do? And I will help you so you don't be stuck with a big immigration bill. Okay? It's like when you buy a house, you don't need a real estate agent to buy a house. It's like selling your house. You don't need a real estate agent to sell your house. You can sell your house yourself by yourself on Zillow.com. Why would you want to pay a real estate agent or a realtor or a broker $20,000 to sell your $400,000 house when you can do it yourself for $400? All you got to do is pay a title clerk to do to help you with the paperwork. And it's easy to sell your house on Zillow. Fix any problems, fix the plumbing, take pictures, repaint what you got to repaint, put down new carpet if you have to. Okay? And then post your house for sale on Zillow yourself. And then instead of a real estate agent taking the phone calls from buyers, you take the freaking phone calls and you save 20 grand. When you buy a car, do you pay the dealer fee? When you go, I used to work for BMW and Mercedes-Benz. Do you pay that $599 dealer fee? Why? You don't pay that. Don't do it. Say, I'm not paying the dealer fee. Well, it has to show up on the paperwork. Okay, well, take it off the cost of the car somewhere, but I'm not paying it. When you buy a house, look for a for sale by owner. Go into Zillow, type in for sale by owner, buy a house, for sale by owner. That way you don't pay a real estate agent 20 grand or 30 grand or 50 grand. It's a lot of money. You don't need an immigration attorney to file a K-1 visa. You don't need an immigration attorney to file for a green card. Why? Because I'll do it for you. I can do it for you right here on a live stream. I can answer your questions. Or if you join up as a member, I'll do the whole thing for you. $9.99. Man, what a freaking deal that is, right? And if you're a long-term member of this channel, you've been a member for 4, 5, 6 months, even longer. And my wife, Karina, will send you some coffee. She'll mail you some coffee from her coffee company if you want some. But at least be a member for 4, 5 months, 6 months. Maybe a coffee mug. She'll send you, or a T-shirt. She has her own T-shirt company, Karina Ross Coffee.us. She's a good old capitalist. Came from Venezuela. Her country was decimated by the communists. Moved to Colombia. Met me. We dated each other for 3 years, and I brought her to America. She loves Florida, except when it gets warm. She doesn't like hot weather. The hot weather is not, she doesn't like the hot weather. I understand. It took me a while to get used to Florida hot weather. I lived in Florida for 40-some years, 42 years plus I've been living in Florida, and I'm still not used to the hot weather, but it is what it is. It's a great place to live. Beautiful beaches, low cost of living, low property taxes. They're trying to eliminate property taxes in Florida. You don't pay you pay sales tax on goods that you buy other than food, but there's no state income tax. It's inexpensive. The only thing that's expensive about Florida is the homeowners insurance. That's because of the freaking hurricanes. Homeowners insurance is probably the only downside to living in Florida and the hurricanes. Other than that, it's great. So food for thought. If you live in a state, like New York or California, and you want to put more money in your pocket, get the heck out of there, move to Florida or move to Nevada or move to Texas. Although Texas has high property taxes, they don't have a state income tax. Nevada has low property taxes. They have no state income tax. They just got a high sales tax. When you buy stuff, when you go to Walmart and buy something at a Walmart in Nevada, other than food, depending on what it is, you're going to pay a higher sales tax. But they get their money from tourists going to Las Vegas. Do your homework. American citizen sponsor. Do you, living in Florida, living in Nevada, living in Texas, living in Tennessee, those states are low tax states. So I don't like paying taxes any more than you guys like paying taxes. So Be smart with where you live. Find a location that has a very low tax base so you don't give the government any more money than you have to. And don't be paying immigration attorneys $5,000 or $6,000 to fill out a K-1 visa application. There's even some companies online, you can pay them $1,000 for the platinum process, $500 for the gold process, $300, whatever the hell it is. Why are you paying these people all this money to process a K-1 visa? It's easy to do. Angel Mercia, hi Diego. Hope all is well. Everything's great here. Angel, how's everything with you guys? How's your family doing? How's the weather in your neck of the woods? How's your visa process coming along? Remember, and now this is to members of the channel like Cornell, James. You have my phone number. You have my email address. Don't be shy to text me your questions. Okay, don't be shy to email me your questions. All right, you remember the channel, utilize the membership. Get your money's worth out of it, your $9.99. Because I want to help you. I want to see you get this done. The green card process is slowing down a little bit because of this ridiculous re-review of all these countries. It's ridiculous, but it's over with. The re-review ends on March 2nd, supposedly. Now, if the director of USCIS has any brains in his head, okay, he's going to end this ridiculous re-review on March 2nd. But if he wants to continue playing this stupid game, okay, in the name of national security, then he's going to have a lot of lawsuits coming down the pipe on his head, and he's going to lose. May God bless and continue to bless the USA. You're in the K-1 process. Okay, Angel, so you're in the K-1 visa process. How far along are you in the process? Have you filed for the K-1 visa? Are you waiting for your NOA-1 letter? Are you waiting for your NOA-2 letter? Have you received your NOA-2 letter? Is it being processed to the MVC? Is your K-1 visa being sent to the National Visa Center? Have you received your NOA-2 letter? That's a notice of action letter. Okay. Now, tomorrow is March 1st. I'll start making new videos tomorrow. I haven't made a video in a couple of days. So I'll start making some videos starting tomorrow. Something for you to watch. So I'll make some action adventure videos regarding the K-1 visa. If you are stressing the process, don't. If you're qualified for the process, you'll get the K-1. You'll get your green card. It may take a little bit longer because of this ridiculous re-review, but they want to say, in the interest of national security. Really? In the interest of national security, they're going to re-review somebody that's already been vetted by Interpol, the FBI, their country of origin. The U.S. Embassy or the consulate has already background checked him. All these people have been checked already. They've been thoroughly investigated. Karina, my beautiful wife from Venezuela, was investigated by Interpol, the Colombian security police, the Venezuelan police, the FBI. And so when she files for her 10-year green card, she's going to get re-evaluated, re-investigated by the FBI at the biometrics. I myself probably also, but who cares? Let them do it. There's no problem for us. And if we have to go to a green card interview for her 10-year green card, okay, let's go. If immigration want to come to this house and check to see that she's living here, come on. Come on in. We'll make you some of Karina's coffee, and we'll sell the immigration officer a bag of her coffee. How about that? $25. Sit down, have some coffee, Mr. Immigration Officer. Oh, by the way, $25 for a bag. Serious. It gets frustrating when we watch all these illegal immigrants running around the country doing whatever the hell they want, and yet people come here legally are getting harassed. even U.S. citizens being arrested. It's ridiculous. But consequences will be whoever's in charge of the House of Representatives, who is authorizing all this crap, is going to end up getting politically decimated by the voters, because Americans don't like seeing other people, especially American citizens and their families, getting jacked around by the government. They don't want to see it. Seriously. I don't want to see it. I don't like to see it. And if they want to jack around with my family, they're jacking around with me. I'm a Navy veteran, 20 years. You want to jack around with me? Come on, bring it on. My attorney, if I have to get one, will bury you, Mr. USCIS. We understand the K-1 visa is a benefit, excuse me. The K-1 visa is a benefit. Applying for the green card is a benefit. But once you've been adjudicated and processed and you have your green card, you now are a legal permanent resident, and you go from being a benefit to being a rightful permanent resident with constitutional rights. Don't jack around with green card holders, USCIS, unless they're criminals. Now, if they're criminals, that's a different story. If they're a criminal, they have a criminal background, and you're a green card holder, revoke their green card and ship their asses home to where they started. But if they're not a criminal, they haven't broken any laws, they're good people, they pay their taxes, they're doing their thing, leave them the hell alone. And those are wise words from Diego, because I've been doing this for 13 years. I've been processing K-1 visas, K-2 visas, green cards, spousal visas. If you need help with a spousal visa, I can help you with that. I helped one gentleman get his appointment set up in Germany. He didn't know how to do it. His wife, or his fiancée, is from Frankfurt, Germany. And he had no clue how to set up the appointment at the embassy. So I helped him. I walked him step by step. He's a member of the channel. I think we have, about 34 members? And I'm going to cut the membership off at 50. I think 50 is enough people for me to handle and help personally, one-on-one, phone call to phone call. So we're at 34 members. So 35, 25, 26 more members. Then I'm just going to block the membership at 50. 50 members, that's where I'm going to stop it. But, I'm not trying to get, the money's not an interest to me. What I need to know is who's got my phone number and email address so I can protect the channel, and the membership's the way to do it. But you get to see videos that other people can't see. You get to see things. You get the videos first. You get to call me anytime you want. If you have an immigration emergency, instead of spending $400 on a 10-minute phone call to an immigration attorney, just call me and I will handle it for you. Okay? Remember, it's not legal advice, but it's not hard to do. I've been doing this for 13 years. I can do it in my sleep. Okay? And I'm not an immigration attorney. Although I had to learn real estate law. When I had my real estate license for Florida, I had to go through classes on real estate law and the legalities of buying and selling houses. And I learned in real estate law class, you don't need a real estate agent to sell your house. If you are planning on selling your house, go to Zillow.com and research how to sell it yourself. And that way you don't have to pay any freaking commissions. Okay? That's how it works. And I'm trying to teach you how to do things, not just immigration, not just K-1 visas. I'm trying to teach you. On this channel, I can teach you how to buy and sell a car, buy and sell a house, and how to get a K-1 visa or a green card without paying a horrendous amount of money for the process. Okay? That's why I'm here. If you want me to help you, you can ask me anything you want. I don't care what the question is. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Okay? This live stream never has a stupid question. I never answer a stupid question. If you think you have a question that's going to pertain to you and your green card or your K-1, and you are worried about something, ask me the question. If you want to keep it private, you have to join as a member. I'm sorry, but that's the only way I can do that, unfortunately. I just can't put my phone number out here and my email address publicly for the whole freaking world to see, because it would go to 150 countries. And countries that are not friendly to the United States, I'm sure. So that's the reason, okay? But if you want me to help you, I'm here to help you. If you are thinking you need to call USCIS, don't. First, ask me the question. I can probably answer it for you right away, okay, without you having to be on the phone for 2 hours waiting for USCIS to pick up their freaking phone, because they're busy. You want to make them unbusy, so that way they process your K-1 visa and your green card a lot quicker. If you submit a fantastic application, there's a good chance you won't need a green card appointment, okay? When I filed for Karina's 2-year green card, she didn't have a green card interview. They just mailed her the green card to our house. There was no reason for an interview. The package was so, how would you say, perfect. It had so much information in there. It had so much evidence in there of our relationship. When you submit photos for your K-1 visa, what kind of photos are you submitting? Are you submitting 4 or 5 pictures with selfies? Or are you submitting 20 or 30 pictures over 2 years of dating each other? When I submitted pictures for Karina's K-1 visa, we had a 1.5 years of pictures, me in Colombia 3 times or 2 or 3 times, pictures with family and friends, identify the people in the pictures, when the pictures were taken, where the pictures were taken. And we started dating each other in 2021. I flew to Colombia. We were chatting in WhatsApp for 5 or 6 months, 5 months and a few weeks in WhatsApp, doing the video chats. And I said, hey, why don't I just fly to Colombia and come see you? She said, okay. So I got on a plane and flew to Bogota, and we met at the airport. And then I had a hotel which I had scheduled for 17 days. And then but I spent most of my time at Karina's apartment. And the apartment was too small. So we got a bigger place. I said, hey, we've been chatting for 6 months almost. You know, we have the same interests. We have the same likes and dislikes. We like the same things, you know, the history of different places, traveling to different places. So after dating each other for 3 years, and I rented an apartment with her in Bogota for 3 years, when we got to the point of filing for her 2-year green card, we included evidence from 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. So we had basically close to 3 years plus evidence. When we file for her 10-year green card in a couple of months, we're going to have our photos and our pictures together with family and friends starting in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. So we're going to have 6 years worth of photo evidence, including the wedding pictures. Well, Diego, why do I have to include my wedding pictures in my 10-year green card application? Well, because you're going to get a totally different person adjudicating your 10-year green card. It's not going to be the same person. So you've got to re-review, you've got to revalidate that you guys got married and you're happily married. And you want to show the pictures. When we file for Karina's 10-year green card, we're going to have 6 years worth of pictures. So that's about 40 to 50 pictures spread out over 6 years, including wedding pictures, vacation pictures. I took Karina to Nevada, to Arizona, Texas. We got pictures from the Grand Canyon together. We have group pictures. When we were in Colombia, we went on a hike up to the tallest waterfall in Colombia. The old Diego, the old retired Navy guy, and Karina, we hiked up to the tallest waterfall in Colombia. It took me like 3 freaking hours. And at the very base of the waterfall We got group pictures with everybody in the group. There was people from Ukraine, tourists from Ukraine, from Colombia. Those were group pictures. They went in her. They're going in her 10-year green card application back from 2022. So when they receive Karina's 10-year green card application, and they finally get off their backsides and they start adjudicating freaking green cards again for Venezuelans, they're going to go through her green card application and they're going to say, we don't even need to interview these people. That's how strong it's going to be, because the evidence is going to be overwhelming. Don't forget to include your certified copy of your marriage certificate, certified copies of your divorce decrees or death certificates. If you were married to somebody and they passed away, you got to include the certified copy of the death certificate. Okay? From the courthouse. You cannot go to the library or Office Depot and make copies, photocopies of your divorce decree. It's not going to fly with immigration. They're not going to accept it. They won't accept it. Okay? You have to get certified copies. You must if you cannot make mistakes when you file for the K1 visa now. You cannot make any mistakes. You cannot make any mistakes when you file for the 2-year green card or the 10-year green card. The 10-year green card is Form I-751. When you file for the 2-year green card, it's I-485 plus 864 plus 693 plus your I-94 plus a copy of the K1 visa or K2. The I-94 is your entry parole document into the United States. If you don't include Form I-94 in your 2-year green card application, your whole package is going to be denied. So make sure you include Form I-94, the Border Patrol checkpoint paperwork, in your 2-year green card application. Now, you don't have to include the I-94 in your 10-year green card application because now you already have your freaking green card. But you must include it in your 2-year green card application. The I-94, certified copy of your marriage certificate, certified copy of your divorce decree or divorce decrees, or annulments or death certificates from past spouses. So start getting all these certified copies before you even file your K1 visa. Okay? If you're getting ready to file a K1 visa and you have a divorce under your belt, get 5 certified copies of your divorce decree from the courthouse. Pay the $10 for each one or whatever it costs. You got to have at least 5. The same for death certificates, etc. When you get married, get 5 certified copies of your marriage certificate from the courthouse. Why do you need 5 certified copies? Well, you need 1 when you file for the 2-year green card, 1 when you file for the 10-year green card, 1 when you file for U.S. citizenship, and then 1 for your own records, and 1 as a backup in case immigration loses something. And make sure you make a copy of everything that you sent to USCIS. Your K1 visa application, make a copy of it. Your 2-year green card application, make a copy of it. You can do that at the library. Okay? But make sure you cover every base. If you're filling out your, let's say you're filling out your K1 visa paperwork, your I-129F, and they ask for the date of birth of your beneficiary's mom. Like they ask, my wife, her mom lives in Caracas, Venezuela. Her dad lives in Caracas, Venezuela. They wanted to know the date of birth. Okay, there's the date of birth. Where were they born? They were born in Caracas, Venezuela. But what if you don't know the information? What if you are from a single parent family? Let's suppose you're from the Philippines or from India or from England, and you grew up in a single parent family and you don't know who your dad is, or you don't know who your mom is, or your mom passed away. When you fill out the paperwork information about your mom and dad, you put on there unknown. Unknown. Date of birth of your mom. Or what's the date of birth of your dad? You don't know. Don't leave it blank. Don't leave the space blank. You put unknown. Type unknown. Okay? You got me? Because if you leave it blank, immigration's going to send it back and say, what's the date of birth of your mom? What's the date of birth of your dad? You left it blank. What's that date? You don't know. If you don't know, tell immigration right off the bat. Put unknown. And then in the back page of the I-129F, write up an explanation. I grew up in a single parent family. I don't know who my mom is. I don't know who my dad is. I don't know his date of birth. I don't know where he was born. I know nothing about my dad. I know nothing about my mom. And this is for the beneficiary I'm talking about and for the U.S. citizen sponsor. When I filled out the I-129F for Karina, they want to know, where's my mom? Where's my dad? What's their date of birth? Well, my mom passed away and she is buried in Florida. My dad lives in Thailand, married to a Thai lady. So when I filled out the I-129F, I put my dad's name, his date of birth, and his location. Where is he at? He's in Chiang Mai, Thailand. My mom, her full name, her date of birth, passed away, buried in Florida. I explained it, what my family roots were to immigration. They want to know. Okay, if you fill out any paperwork with immigration and you leave anything blank, you either don't do that. You either put unknown or NA, it's not applicable, or you just don't leave it blank. When you fill out the I-129F, they ask you, did you need a translator to fill out the paperwork? Well, obviously you didn't, right? So you're going to put name of translator on NA, date NA, signature of translator NA, N/A. Did anybody help you fill out the form I-129F? No, nobody helped me fill out the freaking form. It's easy. Okay, who was the name of the person that helped you fill out the form? NA, NA, NA. Not applicable. Don't leave anything blank on an immigration form. Number one, it slows down the adjudication. Number two, they could ask you, what's your mom's date of birth? You didn't fill it out. Well, you don't know where your mom is. You don't know when she was born. You'd have no clue. But you got to tell immigration that. Mafume, I got my receipt notice of action last Monday. Okay. You got your receipt notice of action. Was that your NOA 1 receipt notice of action, I-797? Was that your notice of action 2, your NOA 2 letter? What was it? So you got your first letter. Okay, that's great. No problem. Congratulations. Now you're just going to wait for the second letter, which is the NOA 2 letter. It's going to take between 7 to 9 months for your NOA 2 letter. 7 to 9 months, okay? So hang out with Diego, and we'll pull you over the finish line. We'll give you lots of Mountain Dew salutes, if I don't shake the camera, and lots of magic blue pixie dust. Right? That's why I'm here. I can answer your questions, guys. If you have a question, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Don't be shy. And if you are a member of this channel, call me, text me a question. It's Sunday, it's 8 o'clock at night, and you have a question, and you're a member of this channel. Send me the text. I'll look at it, and I'll send you the answer. So that way you don't have to be having a sleepless night worrying about Monday getting here, because you already have the answer by Sunday, right? I don't even think USCIS is open on Sundays. I think they're closed. But I'm never closed. I'm always open. 24/7. I'm open. Members get lots of fantastic benefits from this channel, saving you thousands of dollars. I've been doing this for 13 years, guys. And there's not one thing I haven't experienced myself. Okay? I've been there and done it. I've pulled all the arrows out of my chest from immigration and patched up the wounds and learned from it. One Ross Lee, Diego, a resident with a green card in hand for a year now, would going to school and applying for FAFSA be viewed as a public charge? You're talking about looking for a school looking for a school loan, going to school and applying for FAFSA? Are you trying? Is that to do with a school loan by chance? What is exact meaning of FAFSA? Then I can answer your question. A public charge, okay, is when somebody is dependent on the government for a benefit, primarily food, not so much food, maybe, but for paying rent, buying things, clothes, paying for rent, financial aid. FAFSA, financial aid for what? For going to university? Green card holders are permitted to apply for financial aid unless Trump has changed that rule too. I know that he blocked small business loans. I know green card holders are no longer eligible effective March 1st for a small business loan. But my wife, Karina, she started her coffee company and t-shirt company without any freaking SBA loan. I financed it. I was her bank. So when Trump, okay, so it depends. I don't know if Trump has blocked financial loans, financial aid for university students. You'd have to contact the university and see. But in the past, there was never a problem with getting a financial aid for university, student loans. In the past, there was no problem because as a green card holder, you have the rights as an American citizen to student loan. It's not going to be considered a public charge getting a student loan. That's not a public charge. That's taking out a loan to pay for university. But you need to contact the university and see if green card holders are still, if that university is going to accept a student, will they accept and can she qualify for a student loan? President Trump is trying to stop green card holders from doing all kinds of things. Okay? And all he's doing by doing that is costing his Republican Party support of independents primarily. The independents around the United States are what pushed the Republicans over the finish line to win the Senate and to win the House of Representatives and the presidency. But when you start messing around with American citizens who are voters, and if they are primarily not just Democrats, but the independents, if you irritate the independents, it's hard for Republicans to win. So, it is not a loan. The classes are paid for by that aid. Okay, so who issues the FAFSA aid? Is that financial aid coming from who? The government? I don't think that's considered as a public charge. But you got to contact the FAFSA. Contact the government entity that controls it and see if it's considered a public charge. I've never heard it. I don't think it is. Just my opinion. I don't think it's a problem. Going to university, borrowing money on a student loan to go to school as a green card holder, I don't see there's a problem with that. The money's not being used to live on for food or for rent. It's being used for buying college books and tuition, right? So I don't think that's going to be a problem. But you need to call the people that issue that money out and ask them and say that, this is for a green card holder. And they will give you the answer. Because Trump is blocking small business loans now from green card holders. I mean, it's insane because 20% of this country, the businesses in this country, 20% of the 19.8%, I believe, of all businesses in the United States were set up and are being ran by green card holders. So what is Trump trying to do? Dismantle 20% of our economy? Seriously? The Republicans are done. They're toast. 2026, November election. They're toast. Because they're messing with American citizens, not just with green card holders. Every green card holder in the United States is tied some way or somehow to a U.S. citizen who is a voter. Trump's wife, Melania, was a green card holder. And she came to the United States from a communist country. Her dad was a full-blown communist. How in the heck did she even get issued a green card? How did she pass the background check? Apparently she did, right? Apparently she got a green card. She started a business. But she's okay. They're not messing with her. I guess she's a U.S. citizen now. We will be in an election year this November, and I predict the Republicans are going to have their asses handed to them on a plate, and the Democrats are going to get in, and then the Democrats are going to do whatever damage they do to our economy, but at least they help green card holders and legal immigration. They even want to help illegal immigration, which is totally insane, but they help green card holders and they help people with legal immigration. You know, I got more confidence in Democrats helping a green card holder than I do with a Republican. But I got more confidence in the Republican helping our economy grow than I do a Democrat. So it's a quandary, right? Who the heck do we vote for? Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour and 11 minutes. It's the Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday tomorrow. Go to church. Go to your synagogue. Go to your mosque. Pray to whoever you pray to. And we will be praying for you guys for a successful outcome for your green cards and your K-1 visas. See you at the next live stream.